Hello, I'm Bear, and today I'm planning to make an ASMR video where I make some coloring pages, which I'll leave up for download in the description below if you want to color them when you're done watching the video. So today the theme for our coloring page is mage. So I wanted to do some fantasy coloring pages based on RPG classes, and today we're starting with the mage. So let's go ahead and start with a staff, a magic staff. So let's see, I'm starting with a bit of a bigger brush than that. So let's go with this brush size for now. Um, so the first kind of staff I want to make is kind of a bit of a swirly one. So let me go ahead and we'll make the base. Alright, and then here I want to have it kind of like swirl around, like I said, so alright, let's see. We're gonna just kind of like sketch this out. I don't want to get like too involved with these coloring pages because I don't know about you guys, but personally I am a huge perfectionist. I know some of my usual viewers on Twitch know that about me already. So, let's see. Actually, this is gonna go. How is this gonna go? Let's see, so that's gonna be like. Maybe let's get rid of some of these lines and make it a little bit less hairy. Alright, so I know a lot of people, when they're doing digital art, will use kind of like shortcut keys on their tablet, like little buttons that they can press to do Control Z and that kind of thing. Personally, I use keys on my keyboard for that. I guess at some point I just kind of got used to it, to doing it that way. So let's see. So that's still how I do it. I use the Control C on my keyboard. Alright, let's see if we can just kind of I want to have this go out in kind of like a flaring shape at the end. This is my first ASMR video that I've ever made, so I want you guys to know that I'm very open to feedback, especially with regard to audio and so on, because I'm not very experienced with making this kind of video. This is kind of something I'm trying as an experiment to see if it's something that people will enjoy, because I like coloring. I used to not like coloring very much, but I've gotten a lot more confident about it recently. So let's see. I want to have, this kind of like tip be really swirly too. So here, I'm gonna draw it kind of like that. And I think as I keep making these pages, my confidence with these lines is going to improve as well. I'm kind of excited now, like if I keep doing these videos, because you have to have pretty like firm and bold lines for coloring pages, right? So I'm really excited to see if I keep doing these, how my line work will evolve with that. Alright, so... Alright, there we go. Alright, I do want to have some parts of the staff kind of have, like here, this kind of line is just kind of like a texture type line that shows the shape of the staff, but it's not a closed line, like, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure if that makes sense. Now let's make more over here and kind of show their shape. I also want to make that end a little bit longer. So I'll make this a bit more of like a cane length, I guess. Alright. Clean up the bottom of it a little bit. Some of those little hairy lines off of it. And I really like this for kind of the start of a staff. We could even put some more fun shapes on it, like, kind of have it some various, like, segments on it, right? Have a little bit right here that's kind of carved to a little bit of a thinner thickness. And I'm actually going to use a thinner line weight for that even. It's a small detail, but that kind of little detailing in the carving of the staff really kind of makes it pop, I guess. Like, it makes it look more handmade in a way. If that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure if it makes sense. Oh, look at that. See, I really like the shape of this now. So, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on another item. Why don't we work on a book, like a grimoire kind of object? So I'll take this, we'll go like with that kind of shape. And we'll go like that. Just erase that a little bit there. You know, I find that a lot of people say things like, we'll make this a little bit thicker, but a lot of people say things like, oh, I'm not a good artist, I can't even draw a straight line. Drawing straight lines is really hard, and I think a lot of people are too self-conscious about the kind of like imperfections in their lines, myself included. But those imperfections give it that human quality, right? And I'm always saying this, like, on stream and stuff. But it really does make your drawings feel handmade that way, in my opinion. And it gives them that, like, that shape to where, you know, you can tell it was lovingly made by someone who wanted to, you know, was being creative and wanted to kind of have that come out in the item, you know, like whatever it was they're drawing. It shows you kind of like, I guess this is kind of, I don't know, is this like sappy or like, because I feel like when you're, like, you really have your artistic intent come out in your work, like the more you kind of just try not to make it perfect in a way, or don't try in that sense. Like myself personally, I have found that my perfectionist instincts, when they come out, I'll try really hard not to try hard. I'll try not to try to make myself perfect, which, and I stream on Twitch, so I say this on Twitch a lot because I find it to be a really interesting topic that is kind of relevant to my life right now, where I am in terms of artistic growth, I guess. But, like I said, I'm always saying this on my stream, where, like, that's its own kind of perfectionism, and it's its own struggle to, like, kind of get past that sense of needing your lines to be perfect. And I find that when I'm able to relax, and, like, not even when I try to relax, because, again, trying too hard can be its own, trying not to try can be its own kind of trying too hard. If that makes sense. And, when I'm able to get past that, my art looks a lot more, like, I'm a lot happier with it. Not just because, I'm easier on myself, but I also genuinely think the quality of my art is better when I don't try so hard. Let's go ahead and, let's put some patterns on this. So we'll go ahead and, we'll go with a smaller brush here. Do a circle and some star-ish shape. Here, let's see, but, like, even this, like, trying to make your shapes in a certain way, that can be perfectionism, but, like, it's important for me to not, because, like, this goes in with the trying not to be a perfectionist thing, right? But, you can be critical of your imperfectionism as well, which is something I struggle with. Alright, let's try and we'll make more circles over here on the outside of this little star. And then I'm gonna, let's see, we'll make some diamonds over here. And on the other side as well. So that's gonna be fun, hopefully, for the coloring part. Hope people will have fun coloring that. Oh, this looks so nice already. So, let's see. I want to make some wands as well, and some crystals. Maybe even like a tarot deck would be nice. Let's do a tarot deck. Like just here. With our own little, like... Let's see if I can make this, because this is just a box, right? Alright. And then... Alright, here, let's flip this a little bit, actually. Alright, so that's our little deck of tarot cards. I'm not sure what kinds of designs are usually on tarot decks. We'll do a little half moon here. And Here, I'll kind of give like I'm gonna flip this just a little bit so we can kind of add more patterns here. I want to make the lines very like bold and closed to make sure like all of the edges can easily be colored. Especially if somebody just wants to use a paint bucket on it, I want them to be able to do that. But my own natural like sketching or lining style is not very like closed in like that. Let's see. Oh, here's another thing that I want to draw. Here, why don't we actually, what we'll do is we'll move the book a little bit, the grimoire. Move that over there. I'll move this into the corner. Because here, what I want to draw next is a little potion, like a magic potion type thing. Alright. So let's get started with that. What kind of shape will we do it in? Let's make a fat one first. Just a really nice round potion. It's fine. I like that, actually. So we'll, with a big old... Actually, here's what I want to do. So I want to have the, I want to do a different shape. Yeah, I'm happy with that. But basically here, I want to have it kind of either it's on its side or the opening of the potion bottle is on its side or something like that. I think that's kind of cute. So we'll make it round like that. And we'll give it a kind of like cork to stop it up with, so to speak. You know, to keep the bottle closed. Alright, there we go. Then we're gonna take the cork and we're also gonna draw it on the inside because the glass bottle is gonna be like partially transparent, right? So, it's just kind of, let's see, how would that, so this will be like, trying to figure out the kind of shape of the glass. Yeah, it'll be like that, and then on the inside, obviously we've got to draw the potion. So I want to have the liquid kind of like that. There we go. And we can even use a thinner brush to, you know, kind of show the surface of the liquid in the potion. So here, let me rotate that a little bit. And just make that a bit more defined. A little bit. My hand is shaking a little bit. Although I will, let's say I'm actually really happy with these lines, even though they're a little shaky. They're just, like I said, they're very human. Like, they look like they came from a human hand, which they did. And I think that's very, like, charming look, you know, when you can, like, when you can kind of tell that, like, something was drawn by a human. I think that is a really, like, I think that looks really nice. Let's see, we'll have it, kind of splash a little bit up there, like, I like that. We'll keep it this way for now. See, I would put a shine on the bottle, but I want the person coloring it to be able to draw the shine themselves if they want. So that's good for the potion, I think, and then... let's draw like a bag of magic powder or something. I think that would be nice. So, we'll just have it kind of like that. The shape is, pretty similar to the shape of the potion. Yeah, actually that looks fine. Basically what I'm trying to do here is like define the shape of the bag that's kind of like, it's like in a purse kind of shape, I guess. I don't know what to call it, like, you know, how a purse or like a drawstring type bag is kind of gathered at like this area, you know? So I'm trying to give it that look where it looks like it's just been gathered in one spot. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and we'll put a star pattern, not a pattern, but something that shows what's in the bag, right? And then another thing I was thinking would be cute is like if we made it look like a star was sewn on or like stitched. That's really cute, in my opinion. So I'll draw another, like a few folds, essentially. I'm not entirely happy with this, but I think that that's okay. You know what I mean? And, let's see, we'll go ahead and, show kind of that the bag is, like, tied up. Or, like, not tied up, but, you know, it's got, like, it's got a string drawing it together, right? Got a string around this area. And I'll go ahead and, draw the strings here. Alright. That's very cute, if you ask me. Alright, so that's our little bag of stardust or what have you. Let's see. I also want to draw some wands. So wands are pretty easy because I say that, but they're gonna not be easy now. Let's see. I'm gonna draw kind of a wand that's got like, and we're gonna do more of this like wood carving detailing on it. That kind of thing. This looks a bit... Here, do like this kind of shape right here? Or here? Although at this point, like, I could also, yeah, actually, I really like this shape. I kind of want it to be thinner. So we'll take this, make it thinner. Okay, so we'll just make it that kind of shape. And then, alright. So, I'm gonna grab this and we'll move it a little bit. And we kind of want to, like, I'm gonna do another, like, ring type thing around it. You know, that kind of look. I can't stop adjusting just this, like, end of it, the bottom end of it. I think I'm happy with how it looks here. Actually, so I'm thinking now, like, what if we made this bottom side of it a different than just like a round or square shape? Or like, kind of like that, you know? Like, just like square but at a different angle, right? I actually really like that. That's just kind of fun, right? It's a fun shape. So, patterning is so fun to draw too, like, it's key for coloring too, right? You want lots of patterns on something when you're making it into a coloring object. Probably, I don't know. So, then we'll have, do the other part of this, which will be kind of like that. And then, see, at the end of it, I'm gonna kind of do like, well, here, hold on, let's move this down a little bit more. We'll move it like over here. And I'm gonna do something kind of like traditional, well, like not traditional for like wizard type, mage type ones, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's traditional for like, I feel like children's fantasy ones, right? Like princess wand type things. But I do want to put just a this is a huge moon. We're putting a moon on it. And then, let's see, so here, I have this kind of right here. We'll do kind of like that. So you can see kind of like the... Wait, would that be better? Let's see how that looks. See, drawing is kind of like a process of discovery, right? You gotta try out so many different things before you get something that looks the way that you envisioned it, right? Okay. Then we'll take like, take a little shape like this. And I'll add a little bit more like, just different colors, I guess. Because typically when you think of coloring books, you think of like each segment like this, or This is a different color, right? So you gotta make a bunch of different spots like that. Like that. You know, people usually want to color each individual shape a different color, right? I don't know. That's usually how I color. I like that actually. I like that a lot. Just having it not straight to center, it like kind of shows it off at a different angle, I guess. Alright, there we go. That's adorable. I love it. So that's a cute little one. I love that. Let's see, what should we do next? Why don't we do a crystal or something? So, I haven't drawn a whole lot of crystals in my day, so to speak. Typically, so crystals are usually very geometric, right? Actually, at one point I wanted to use crystals for kind of like essentially for practicing shapes, I guess. Just kind of to practice like drawing shapes from different angles and just to practice construction, I guess. And that kind of thing is, I find it really satisfying. Art used to be a bit more stressful for me, but since I've relaxed a bit, just doing basic construction exercises is a lot more fun than it ever was. So we're having just a little crystal there. Let's see, let me think. What else should we put on this coloring page? We could put like some herbs or something. Let's see. We could put, oh, I like the idea of having a mortar and pestle for, you know, crushing herbs, processing them into magical substances. You know, like for alchemy, essentially. So I'm gonna go ahead and close up that round shape. And then we've got kind of at the bottom, it's basically like a little bowl that you use to crush herbs in. So, kind of put the top of it like that. Would it be like this? Yeah, it would. Okay. I'll open that up. I think it would be like that. We could also, yeah, actually, I like keeping that line there, but also having it be a bit thinner, if that makes sense. Nah, we'll leave it. Like I said, it's like, art is the kind of thing that you have to keep experimenting with, right? Like, I'm not sure about this mortar and pestle right now, at all. But the more I work on it, the more I'll kind of learn what looks more like what I'm going for, you know what I mean? Oop. Yeah. And sometimes you do just need to take a break though. Like, at least for me, a lot of times I end up focusing way too hard on what I'm trying to create. And I can't visualize anything anymore, you know? Alright. Let's do dowsing rod. That's a magic thing. Alright. This is actually gonna be pretty easy to do. I draw some, like a smaller branch coming off of it. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that, actually. We can just kind of texture it like a branch. Not gonna lie, I have no idea what texture a branch is. How do you draw a branch? Because like a dowsing rod, that can be pretty much anything, right? But I think, because traditionally dowsing rods are used to try and magically find water or whatever, but they can be used to magically find whatever you want from like a from a standpoint of like, you know, magical lore, like. Alright, here, let's actually... Oh, here's an idea I have. So instead of having that, like, straight end, we'll kind of have, like, we'll be able to see, like, the end of the stick, I guess, if that makes sense. I just want to see the end of the branch, so to speak. And we can make it even, like, look like the branch was broken off in kind of, like, an uneven way. This kind of thing is so fun to play with in art. And then, alright, so we'll just put some more textures all over it. And we'll do like a second stick. Because I think traditionally they were used in pairs, or maybe not, I don't know. That's the hunch I have based on what I remember of kind of like traditional magical lore, which I have a lot of disposable knowledge about that kind of stuff. This one looks kind of hard to use because the handle of it, so to speak, is so short. Alright, let's put just like I'm gonna put just one stray branch over there. Okay, so it's kind of like I like the textures I thought. Here, why don't we put like a leaf on it? Right. There's a leaf on it now. That's adorable. I kind of love it. I really love this. Let me move the crystal just slightly. And then that's gonna be our coloring page. So, we've got this just like tiny little mage coloring page. I'm actually really proud of it, to be honest. I'm going to just like, while I talk, add maybe some more detailing to certain parts of it. Like, I want to touch up the edge of this grimoire with kind of like allow people to color the edge of it a different color. Like, I don't think people have room to be creative like that. But, thank you for watching this far and, just lending me your time while I color. I hope you've enjoyed the ASMR. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below, and I hope you have a wonderful day. So, I plan on doing more of these if people seem to enjoy these videos, so I'm gonna post a link to a download for this page in the description. You'll be able to print it out or just color it in your favorite digital art program. So, I hope to see you in my next video.